So one more Kendrick question. How many classic albums does he have?
I would say classic albums. I don't count Section 80 as an album.
How come?
Because
It was an indie album.
It was an indie album, but they didn't push it as like his debut. Like they pushed Good Kid, M.A.A.D City as this is the thing. This is Kendrick Lamar. So for me, Good Kid, M.A.A.D City, classic. Damn, classic. I say 2. But he has a lot of like very good projects aside.
Okay, how do you feel?
3. And I'm not counting. I think all these are classic. Like the niggas just puts. It's just his shit is amazing.
Yeah.
Like
Wait, what's
again,
the 3 you count?
To Pimp a Butterfly. Even though
As a classic album?
yeah, I thought like by far. Actually, I think the rapping on To Pimp a Butterfly is better than Good Kid, M.A.A.D City. The songs on Good Kid, M.A.A.D City. And some of the concepts that he kind of get into, and also it's a first look on a big scale, so like we see it differently. But if we just going by rapping, I think some of his best rapping in his career, like if we're just talking about the 3 albums, was on To Pimp a Butterfly, and that's why I think it's not that easily digestible. This nigga was really rapping, trying to explain some shit. Which of course, if like me, I do love when a nigga make a nice song, like mix the 2, bro. You know what I mean? Just don't hit us with all rapping.
Remember how you said super dope? I think To Pimp a Butterfly's super dope, but it's not a classic. I feel where you coming from, but I feel like it's like really good, but it's not like the most memorable from it.
I remember ranking that album. I did a review on it, To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
And I said the same thing I'm saying now. Again, ain't a shit I'm gonna throw on the weekend when I'm driving, you know what I mean, down the highway. But I felt it was almost a perfect album in terms of, at least from a lyrical standpoint. I thought it was just a classic. And also, and you know what I mean, it stood for something. Again, it's not the shit I want to hear because I listen to music differently. I usually gravitate towards different music, but man, it was hard for me to listen to that shit and then say this shit is not just like flawless. Like I can't critique it. So I'm gonna give it a classic for that. Regardless, I think we're both in agreement. There's 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
It's 2.
And
I'm not mad at your assessment on To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm just like, that's my thing. I don't think that.
Yeah, no, that's a completely
when you look
fair.
at like his career and the projects he's dropped, that's not held as high as the other 2, but it's not bad at all. And I do get your point as to the rapping. It's a lot of dope rapping on there.
And what I will say though, like, it's hard to compare like a nigga like Kendrick to himself. Like, you know what I mean?
He outdoes himself every time almost.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I remember when that dropped and I looked at just off the top of my head, I can't remember too many albums that dropped, but I remember that year and I was like, this is just out of everyone's league. Like, again, one thing with when I'm determining a classic, I think about the time when it dropped or it came out and like how it not only compares to other music, but how it may make other musicians change their shit up. Like, it has to have an impact. And I felt like the impact was like, yo, listen, for all you niggas who's compromising y'all shit to get y'all records out or dumbing down, no. Maybe you should. Like, just don't compromise and just really, if you're gonna rap, man.
Right.
So,
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Kendrick. Just keep
Shout out to
being great,
Kendrick.
but I'm calling Section 80 a classic. Technicalities aside, just incredible.
Right.
Well, I thought it was a
Incredible
tape,
project.
classic tape, man. All
Classic tape.
tapes
It's a
got it.
classic album.
Yeah, that
my
shit is
friend.
amazing.
He's definitely, I will say, he's definitely at the center of the hip hop Mount Rushmore for the last decade.